Good morning, students. Hope you all are well. So, we are discussing the chapter circulatory system. In our previous classes, we have discussed about the double circulation and with the diagram. So, I think all of you have understood well. Okay, so let's start with the heartbeat and our lymphatic system. Now, the blood flow through the human heart is caused by a rhythmic contraction and relaxation of the heart. Okay, means you know that every time our heart is contracts and relax, so it is a rhythmic process and it is a continuous process. So the auricles contract and relax together. Two auricles we are having, so two auricles contract together and relax together, and at the same time, means similarly the ventricles also, they contract together. Okay, so this contraction of our heart chambers, means the contraction of this auricles and ventricle, it is called the systole, only the contraction. Okay, and the relaxation of the chambers are known as diastole. Okay, so contraction of our heart chamber is systole and the relaxation of our heart chambers is diastole. Okay, so the regular movement of the heart as it pumps the blood around the body is called the heartbeat, and our heartbeat or the normal heart rate is generally 72 beats per minute for an adult, but from person to person it actually varies, or it may uh, it may varies from 70 to 75 or 78 like this, but the normal is 72. It can differ in value depending upon a person's age and physical or emotional condition. Means if whenever we are doing any physical exercise or any hard physical work, then our heartbeat will increase above 75 and up to 80, but in normal condition it is 72. Okay, now I think you know we have two types of circulatory system. So blood circulatory system already we have explained. Next circulatory system is our lymphatic system. Okay, so the lymphatic system includes, like the blood vessels, blood capillaries, so it also includes lymphatic vessels, lymph nodes, and the circulatory fluid that is known as lymph. Okay, so the system forms an important part in our immune system. Why? And because it produces the fluid. Okay, means the fluid is also produced at the same time, and at the same time it provides a means of returning the fluid escaped from the blood capillaries into the tissue spacing. Okay, so when the blood flows within these capillaries with great pressure, water and the dissolved substances like amino acid, sugar, along with the white blood cells, they seep out through the capillaries walls into the space between the cells. Okay, so some of this fluid is known as lymph and is reabsorbed by the lymphatic vessel. The movement of this fluid is due to contraction of the muscles and surrounding by the lymph vessels. So the lymph is emptied into the upper right chamber of our heart so that it can be recirculated. Okay, like the blood, it like the same way when the blood flows within our capillaries, so lymph also flows within our capillaries. Okay, so when blood flows with great pressure through the capillaries, it is having the water and the minerals, or right, like amino acid, sugar, and along with blood cells. So some of the fluid seep out, means throw out from the capillary walls into the space between the cells. Within the cell there is within two cells there is space, so in between that this fluid will comes out. Okay, so some of this fluid is known as lymph, which is reabsorbed by the lymphatic vessels. Means that fluid which is pressed in between the cells, that is again reabsorbed. Okay, the movement of this fluid is due to the contraction of the muscles surrounding the lymph vessels. Okay, and now the lymph is emptied into the upper right chamber of the heart, so it can be again recirculated. Okay, Now what is lymph? It is not red in color, it is pale yellow in color. It contains the lymphocyte. That is why it is very important for our immune system. So lymphocyte is a type of blood cell, means the white blood cell, or it is a WBC cells, which are found concentrated within the sac-like structure situated at regular intervals. It is a sac-like structure. So there are lymph nodes, and the lymphocytes filter the blood as the lymphocytes present in it and destroy the invading germs. Spleen and tonsils are example of lymphoid glands or lymphoid organs. So lymphocyte is present in lymph. Lymphocyte is a WBC cells or white blood cell. It is, what is the function of this cell? It destroy all the invading germs, all the virus, bacteria and all. So it is very important for our immune system. And we are having our lymph nodes, and lymphocytes are generally present within the lymph nodes. And if I ask that, say to example of lymphoid organs, so it is spleen and tonsils. These are some examples of lymphoid organs.